What's going on, everybody? The Allen Rex coming to you live with another video, man. Like another video, man. Y'all forgive me. I've been working and putting in some work. You feel me? So I haven't been able to do these videos, but I'm gonna try to be more consistent with these videos, man. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna be back for y'all. We got a lot to talk about. The Lakers got a new president in basketball operations. Everything that I've been saying, man, go back and listen to what I've been saying, even with Mitch Kupchak and Jim Buss, and as far as like the whole everything that's been going on with the Lakers, I pretty much been predicted everything, right? I said we need to get rid of Lou Williams. You know, everybody like, nah, don't trade Lou Williams, and the next person that needs to go is Nick Young. It's time to it's a new time. You can't hold on to the past. Like we done had enough of Swaggy P, you know. And I like Nick Young. I think he's a good player, but it's his business at this point. You know, it's time to move forward and you know, move ahead now. You know, he's a part of the past. You know, he was here when, you know, we had Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni's gone. So, you know, I thought they should have tried to move Nick Young over to the Houston Rockets, being as though him and Mike D'Antoni had a relationship, you know. And the trade deadline is 2 days away, so I think it's this week. It could be next week. It might be this week, but whenever it is, things just need to heat up. I think, like I said, like I've been saying, the Lakers are at a point where they just tanking, and I'm happy that they're tanking, actually. You know, people be like, why you want them to tank? I've been saying, go back and watch the videos. I've been saying, Lakers need to tank. Lakers need to tank. Lakers need to tank. The reason I want the Lakers to tank is we could get the draft pick and we could trade it or trade it. No more new guys. Like, I keep hearing people saying, we need to get, you know, Lonzo Ball and all. No. We can't. We have no room for waiting to see if this rookie can pan out. We have no more time for that. You know, it's no more trying to see if these guys can pan out, waiting to see what they have to offer. Because you get a draft pick and they don't come in and be a superstar. And a lot of these guys just playing 1 year and they just not ready. You know, a lot of them just not ready, man. And you gotta, like I said, it's time to move on. You know, it's time to move on. How do I feel about, you know, them firing Mitch Kupchak, Jim Buss? I've been talking about this all day. You know, I really think Jim Buss was a scapegoat. You know, and that's just my honest opinion. I felt like Jim Buss was made to be the scapegoat for all the problems, because you go back to the Chris Paul. He did try to pull off the Chris Paul trade, and they didn't want us to get Chris Paul. So now you have no other options. You know, even with Dwight Howard, look at him now. You know, and it was no guarantee. Dwight Howard just doesn't have the love for basketball. It's just facts. He don't have love for basketball. He hasn't worked on his game, period. And as I was telling guys, Jim Buss tried to get Carmelo Anthony. He went all out for Carmelo Anthony. We tried to get these guys. He went all out for them. And a lot of these guys just didn't want to come. So he tried to get the best players possible. People like, oh, they should have got Greg Monroe and all these other. Just look at who we could have got, and look what they doing now. You know, they wouldn't have made us no difference. They wouldn't have made us no better than what we are. They tried to get the best players. They couldn't get them, so they said, you know what, we're going to do the next best thing, and we're going to keep building through the draft. There's no point in winning 30 games when you're not even the 8th or the 9th seed. You're not in the playoffs. It's no point of just not being in the playoffs and you got a draft pick, or I mean, you don't get a draft pick, and you're just looking at everybody just going, you know, it's no point. You know, it's like the Pelicans a couple years ago. They didn't even really, I don't even think they got a draft pick, and they was close to making. They was going back and forth with the Thunder trying to make the playoffs. There's no point. It's like you might as well, you either going to suck or be good. You know, and I think that's what's going on with the 76ers right now. They don't want to win. They don't want Ben Simmons to come back. Ben Simmons probably not even injured. They just want him to sit on the sideline, and so they can keep collecting these draft picks. You know, and it's the last year that we owe the 76ers draft picks. That's why I felt like this was the perfect time to bring. Now it's time to turn things around. Now it's time to come in and make things seem like happy days again. Like it's all to me, it's all scripted. It's all to make things look. Next year, people you gonna start to see the players playing free and starting to form into their own identity. Why should I tell you? Next year, it's gonna be way better next year. Now they don't have the handcuffs on. Them handcuffs not on them. And what's gonna happen? I think they should trade the pick for Klay Thompson or a superstar and just build around them and just start winning, man. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like, you know, I just feel like, because why? What would you get rid of Mitch Kupchak for? You know, you've heard, what's his name? You've heard Magic Johnson praise Mitch Kupchak in the past all the time. He always praised Mitch Kupchak. And he always said Mitch Kupchak was always in the gym. So what reason would he have to get rid of Mitch Kupchak? You know? So like I said, I felt as though that Jim Buss was just a scapegoat and he's the one who like, oh, the Lakers, we're going to make Jim Buss take all the heat right now to make him seem like he's incompetent because they don't want Jeannie to look bad because Jeannie probably can't handle that. Can't handle all of that negative criticism. Jim Buss was getting all the criticism. If you look at it, Jim Buss was getting all of the criticism. Jeannie Buss got a little here and there, but Jim Buss got all of it. And if you look, just go through the draft and look at what we got. And you and go back and look at free agency and actually analyze everybody that was in that draft class and everybody that was a free agent those years that we haven't got anybody. You know, just look at those free agents and look at what they pan out to. So like I said, I felt like he was a scapegoat. You know, Magic Johnson there is to say, all right, we're on the right track, and it's just to make us look good to the public. Because now the public, they were like, I feel like from the outside looking in from the media, now the media like, oh, Magic Johnson, that's good. You know, that's a good decision, blah, blah, blah. Magic Johnson, the lovable guy, blah, blah, blah. So now you look at it like, oh, they're in the right direction now. So now it just puts everything into perspective. Now everything just looks good now. It just, now the media going to praise us now because now I'm telling you, them guys going to go out and they're going to ball next year. They're going to ball next year. What should I tell you? So, I'm happy for the Magic Johnson, you know, coming in. But like I said, Mitch Kupchak and Jim Buss, they got us the best players in the draft. A lot of these guys, come on now. But anyway, make sure y'all click that subscribe button. Let me know below how y'all felt about Magic Johnson coming to the Lakers or him being the head of basketball decisions. Make sure y'all click that subscribe button. Bye-bye.